Hi, I'm David Keegan, the Undergrad Director for Family Medicine, and welcome to a little introductory talk on punch biopsies. Now, punch biopsies are kind of neat. They're a scalpel, but that's in a circle. So you get this little tool, and then on the end is this round, sharp tube. And so it'll literally cut anything. So if you want a bunch of holes in your body, I wouldn't advise it, but you could take it and you could just make a whole bunch of holes in your body. There's a whole bunch of weird YouTube videos where people use punch biopsies to put all sorts of rings in their various body parts. So anyway, so punch biopsy, it's a really neat skill. You'll learn how to do it. There's a great video that we're going to point you to. It should be down below this YouTube video. Down there, there should be a link to a punch biopsy video by Dr. David Ponca and, sorry, I forget the other guy's name, based out of the University of Ottawa. What I'm going to talk to you about right now is simply, so you've got your punch, you've done your punch, you've done your punch, and you've got now a hole in the skin. We don't usually like holes. We like what's called ellipses because they're nice and easy to just fire in some simple interrupted sutures. When you've got a hole, it's a little bit trickier. You can still do a couple simple interrupted sutures, but I don't know, a really neat thing to get good at is what's called a figure 8. So, I'm going to be showing you how to do a figure 8 stitch. Now, as you've probably figured out, the stitch, when you've got it in, it looks like the figure 8, hence the name. Okay? So what you do is you, using your fancy technique, as we talked about in the other video, where you're following the curve of the suture blade, the suture needle, you will put the needle in here and it goes down through the skin and it'll pop out here. You bring it across, you put it back into the skin, you curve it up and it pops out here. You then just lift it over and it goes back into the skin here. Put it through, out it comes, put it in again, out it comes, and these are free edges. I guess in one sense it actually looks more like an hourglass rather than a figure 8, but oh well, it's figure 8 suture is what we call it. And then you pull it tight. This one's a little bit trickier to pull tight because you've got it crossing over and there's 2 lines rather than just like 1 line. So just do it a little bit gentler and take your time to pull it gently tight. And then you'll tie a knot. And then what's going to happen is as you tie the knot, this will start turning into like that, and then eventually it'll be like this. And then the way it should look at the end is you should see the stitch on the exposed suture material on the skin outside, and you'll see this one, and there'll be the knot and your little free ends, and you'll snip it off. This is what it'll look like, but underneath the skin, you'll know that it's doing this. So that's the figure 8 stitch. So punch biopsy is on Tuesday morning. We'll hope to see you there. Bye-bye.